Everyone, it is Fiction Crypto back at it again with another video, and today I will be going over a project on the XRP ledger that is going to be making things easier for developers and decentralized applications. So this is called Evernode. Let's get right into it. Evernode is a layer 2 solution for the XRP ledger. It combines the Hot Pocket protocol, which is made by Evernode, with the proposed Hooks Amendment. Now, the Hooks Amendment are small pieces of code that allow the ledger to function as light smart contracts. Light smart contracts are just simple, small tools that do small functions on the blockchain. Okay, so as you see in this first paragraph, or these first couple of paragraphs right here, it goes over the promise of decentralized applications and what problems early decentralized applications faced. As we all know, the problem with early decentralized applications being that most of them are built on a layer 1 blockchain, and those layer 1 blockchains suffer from problems like security, scalability, high fees, and things of that nature. There's other problems that come into play as well. And the promise of dApps. So I'll just read this paragraph right here because it's really well detailed about decentralized applications. So dApps, or decentralized applications, are a new form of software that runs on blockchain without centralized ownership or control. dApps are more secure and reliable than traditional application. This permissionless censorship-resistant future is a key building block for a future that promises mainstream access to self-sovereign identity, improved privacy, decentralized finance, and tokenized art, rights, and assets. So decentralized applications are just a new form of applications, that can be run on the blockchain or off the blockchain, as we see in this project up and coming. So what is Evernode? Evernode overcomes these drawbacks so that everyone can benefit from a full variety of apps. So Evernode has 4 main targets and components that really help the network run. So let's get into those 4 targets. Right here, we have the consensus protocol. So it runs on a UNL, which is a unique node list. It's a base consensus that allows multiple machines to become a mini blockchain by enforcing consensus rules or inputs and outputs and maintaining a shared canonical state. What that means basically, the UNL, or the unique node listing, is a machine or a Linux machine that becomes a miniature blockchain by enforcing certain rules on the information that is coming into or out of the network. And a UNL is just like a list of validators that we think won't defraud us. So these UNLs will be people that in the community, of Evernode, or this ecosystem that we will be inside, these will be the people we think we trust the most, basically. It also runs with a native currency called Evers. This is the digital token, and it's distributed via the Hooks Amendment. You can also reward this by being a reliable node on the network and hosting applications to pay fees for nodes. The Evernode hook. So this is a hook right here on the XRP ledger that controls the emissions of Evers and confirms each node membership in Evernode, their willingness to host a decentralized application, and their agreement to be paid in hook. So this is the smart contract that really is going to be controlling the emissions, tracking a lot of information about these decentralized applications, because in a nutshell, Evernode is really going to help. Well, what I'm seeing is that these projects are going to be tokenizing computation power, computing power, and things of that nature, and data information. They're going to be packaging that and selling this type of stuff for people who need to make decentralized applications that want to come on the blockchain. So in the future, it's going to be like where we can calculate the emissions. Well, we can already do that now. We can calculate how much power these things are taking, and so on and so on. So this will allow these decentralized applications to, come and get exactly what they need to make their application, or come and buy more data and computing power to sell in a decentralized marketplace or on the DEX to other people who need this information to start up their own decentralized app, or do whatever they want to do with that information, or, because when you buy something on the blockchain, it's yours. You do whatever you want to it with it, essentially. And then the other part of this is the DEX. So that's the decentralized exchange. Yeah, where you can buy and sell the token or the assets that run inside of Evers. So there is a governance game, and I'm very interested to see what this can possibly be and how far this can come. So this is going to be pretty cool. And the governance game is where we can vote over things that happen in the network, like the hook functions and key parameters of the Evernode. These include the distribution of Evers, the identification of the nodes, like who are the people or who are the nodes, blah, 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 and the rules of the game itself. So it's an ecosystem curator. And what this is, Evernode has a non-for-profit foundation that helps curate the nascent ecosystem, and it's just a trusted repository of the open source code. It just keeps track of a lot of things. And this is what makes this kind of thing work right here. Hot Pocket is what kind of ties everything together and what makes it work. So as previously stated, Hot Pocket Consensus Protocol is a consensus engine that facilitates convenient smart contract development. It uses cooperative, UNL-based consensus algorithm akin to the Ripple Consensus Protocol. So they're very similar, abstracted for any transaction or any input type. So this consensus mechanism is able to understand, communicate with, be able to be translated for, or like I said, understand any transaction, anything that goes on, it can understand it, or any input type, any information that is uploaded or downloaded into the network, or the information that the computer sends, uploaded or downloaded into the network. So this Hot Pocket system has 5 components that make it work as well. Those are the UNL Consensus Protocol. I went over that already. The Rapid State Sync. Now, this is a bundle of features that make it simple as possible to spin up a Hot Pocket node. So these words that they put in here, you got to be careful with terminology. So when they say spin up a Hot Pocket node, what I'm assuming is spinning up a node is just setting up a node and making it run. And this allows that node to be able to be synced into the existing network really, really easily and without as much information as possible. So you can, you can just come onto the network. It's very inclusive. I call this the CLM, the contract life management. It's a configuration that puts all the files in order, and it can be upgraded automatically at consensus because, you know, these tokens, these ecosystems give us governance. We can control to some degree what actually happens in these networks. The fourth thing that makes the Hot Pocket run is the daemon, or my computer likes to call it a daemon, so I'm going to call it a daemon. This is a Hot Pocket cluster nailed to any, that can be nailed to any layer one blockchain. So any layer one blockchain, this can be nailed to or attached. It's called Sashimono. It coordinates the cluster through encrypted messages that are then posted to a layer one blockchain. So I did some information snooping, looking around, because we have to understand some of these words, what they mean. And what I got out of these two words, because, you know, sometimes I'm researching and I don't know exactly what everything means. I just go literally look it up. A cluster is something that classifies individual-based demographic data or attributes and organizes them into groups. So if we was to take that terminology or this definition into something that's relatable to the real world, clusters are things like stereotypes. Basically, it's a stereotype of the network, and it helps identify what's going on and organizes them into their group that they need to be into. So say if it's 3 groups and you have 2 people in each group, it's zebras, lions, and bears. So, you know, a zebra has stripes. Or let me do this. This is a better example. Zebras, donkeys, and horses, very similar animals, but they all have different features. Zebra has stripes. Horses come in really all shapes and sizes. There's some really, really huge horses. And then, you know, a donkey is a donkey and it makes its certain noise. So what the daemon would do if the zebra went into the horse cluster or group, it would just say, oh no, you are not the same. We're going to put you back where you need to be so you can be efficient. And that's how I would describe what clusters do. So the other thing that runs this is the minimum setup. This is basically a hot pocket. It allows the new nodes to join without really knowing a lot of information, and you can just sync directly to the other nodes with a cluster. So, and then I'll read this paragraph right here. In concrete, these components provide an out-of-the-box solution for a network or of hot pocket nodes running on a mini blockchain capable of supporting a variety of cheap, speedy, decentralized applications coordinated or composed by any layer one chain. And now let's get into the token that runs the network. So I'm kind of having my own thoughts about cryptocurrency tokens. I'm actually like, dude, I'm actually wondering, do they even matter? So if anybody really can understand this technology, please tell me, like, do these tokens really matter? Or because it seems like the smart contract technology and then the network that these coins run on is what really is the real value, because you can implement any coin. Evers token is another another XRP token. You know, they can be contracted to do certain different things in the code contract, but it essentially every token on a ledger has the same functions as the XRP token. So, I mean, I'm starting to wonder if these tokens really matter. If somebody could break that down for me, if, you know, these tokens is the thing that really matters behind this ecosystem, because I think it's the protocol and I think it's the technology. that allows it to read these contracts. And let me get, that's a little rant I had to go into, but let me get into this token. So this token is called Evers. Its ticker symbol is EVRS. 25,804,800 tokens. We had a snapshot on June, and these tokens will only be distributed via an Epoch session. It is 10 Epoch sessions up until, you know, the release of, well, the full trading of the token. No, I'm gonna say it. It's 10 Epoch for this token release, because this token won't be released if we don't get certain things on the XRP ledger, like the Hooks amendment. No Hooks amendment, no Evers token, and then Evernode, this beautiful project, has to leave the XRP ledger because they won't be able to continue working on the ledger without hooks. So if we all want this layer 2 solution to come into play, we definitely need to be in and figuring out how we can vote on consensus for passing the Hooks amendment. So it's no ICO with this. The distribution of this token will be by the smart contract called Hooks. That's why we need the Hooks amendment to pass, because we won't ever get the token without it. Like I said, here are the 10 epochs. These are just the little things they tell you what's going on, and just some more information, how it's distributed, numbers, and all of that stuff. The use case for Evers is really just for instant transfer. You know, this money is programmable, so it can do whatever you want it to do. And you know, that's where I was getting at when I was going edit about, do these tokens even really matter? So the Evernode hook, also manages a registry of nodes that have signaled their desire to be on Evernode. So they really keep track of people who are wanting to join the network. I wonder what, well, just to keep track, probably like for, you know, a good record, a good standing record, or anything like that. And this is, well, let me see where we at. Sorry, I kind of lost my pivot. So no ICO. Evernode also manages a registry. No hooks, no Evers token. Oh, okay. And now we have to get into the host token. Now let me go down, and these are just little fill-ins about the ecosystem of the XRP ledger and the benefits of the XRP ledger, all that good stuff. And I will read this right here. I did want to read this because this was very important, I felt like. So hooks add smart contract functionality to the XRP ledger. Layer 1, a custom code to influence the behavior and the flow of transactions. Hooks are small, efficient pieces of coding being defined on the XRP ledger account, allowing logic to be executed before and after ledger transactions. You know, so smart contracts is basically, we can program this money to do whatever we want it to do. So say for instance, you know, I make a token and we have a decentralized application store, and every time I send this token, I want 10% of the token to go towards a donation pot for people who need supplies in their home. I can make that token do that via a smart contract. So, you know, that's what you can do. That's a power. You can do whatever you can do. You can make a smart contract to literally send a plane in the air. It's like, it just, you got to know how to code it. It's really crazy. So as a small piece of code that allows the XRP ledger accounts to function as like smart contracts, Hooks allows the Evers to be minted and issued to be reliable nodes in accordance with the proposed emissions schedule, subject to change that might be implemented through the governance game. Without Hooks, the XRP ledger lacks the capacity to support Evernode in a fully decentralized form. this means the Evernode would not proceed, and they will have to go back to Binance or go to Binance. Who wants to go to Binance or Ethereum? Who wants to go to Ethereum? Nobody wants to do that. That's why the XRP ledger is being built so fast and rapidly. So the DEX is a big part of that. And we're going to get into these hosting tokens. So hosting tokens provides a best endeavors promise. And that's just like, hey, whatever happens, we just wish the best type deal, not promising anything. And what I'm saying is that, like, it promises to provide a minimal level of computational resources, CPU and memory per moment to the holder, plus a price list of additional computational resources that the DApp can purchase to host whatevers. So this is basically fractionalizing computing power. It's already fractionalized. It's here. We are going to be getting charged, fractionalized for these data. For everything we need is going to turn into a token, basically, and it's going to be divisible, very divisible. So hot pocket dApps, and these right here are the, the rules for the hosting tokens and all that good stuff right here. The DEX and the XR, it goes over the DEX, what it does. DEXs are just for trading. On the DEX, you will be able to trade this computational power and all that good stuff. And, it just shows the benefits of the DEX. And now I am looking for the governance scheme right here. Sorry about these pauses, y'all. I had some notes that I've written down, and I thought I wrote down some more notes, but that's actually it because I'm getting to the end of this. And we're gonna wrap this up real quick. I just go over the governance game. In the governance game, you gotta hold the Evernode token to be a part of it. And we can do a bunch of things like removing people from blacklists, freezing, changing rewards. Nominating a new smart contract, adding or removing a node from a blacklist, changing the canonical state or the definition of the hosting tokens, proposing new time limits for proposals to expire. It's a bajillion things you can do. Like, it's literally a bajillion things you can do. And then, they have the game rules right here. You all can read over that. And I think I'm about to get up out of here. The last couple of pages go over the foundation and what it does. All this stuff is good to read over. It's just, I don't like to explain that type of stuff because this is where you can go and read and see what the foundation does for yourself. Because this is the part where you need to know, like, what is or where the money is going, how it's being processed, and all that. So, like I said, Evers is a non-for-profit. They do have a non-for-profit sector that kind of oversees things and processes payments. And you see right here, it helps curate the Evernode nascent ecosystem. And I'm kind of rambling now, so I'm just going to get up out of here. And this is what I will read before I get up out of here. So in order for the Evernode to actually come into effect, this layer 2 solution to come into effect, we need these 4 things. The hot pocket must be finalized and work. Sashimono must be finalized and work. Hooks must be finalized and implemented, and all 3 must work in concert. And if I'm not mistaken, I was looking on Evernode, and I think they said hot pocket is almost ready to go, or it is ready to go. So we will be updating everyone on this new, very intricate and detailed project on the XRP ledger. I will be breaking down the different parts in detail, like the anatomy of Sashimono and, hot pocket myself. I just have to get a really good understanding of this technology. So I hope this video was good for everyone, and I hope my explanation of this was clear, and you were able to understand what Evernode is going to be bringing to the XRP ledger. This is a new layer 2 blockchain solution, or layer 1 and layer 2 blockchain solution for a layer 1 protocol, for any layer 1 protocol. Excuse me. So this is Fiction Crypto. I am out of here. You all have a wonderful week. Peace.